simplify the following imaginary numbers. They give you I to the 15, I to the power of 9, I to the 26, and I to the 16. I need to be able to simplify or find something that's equivalent. Most of the time, they'll give you the following definition on any type of problem. They'll tell you that the square root of -1 or I is equal to the square root of -1. If I square both sides, so if I square the left, that gives me I to the square is equal to, and if I square the right, so if you square both sides, the I square and the square root and the square cancels, so it gives me -1. That's the definition that we're going to be using. If you square once again, that gives me I to the 4th power, and -1 times -1 will give me +1. So therefore, we have those two definitions that we're going to be using. Remember that they usually will give you the definition of I is equal to the square root of -1. But if you square both sides, it gives you I squared equal to -1. If you square it again, it gives you I to the 4th is equal to 1. I need to simplify I to the 15. How many I to the 4th do we have? We have 3. So I to the 4th, I to the 4th, I to the 4th. Each one's going to be equal to 1. How many are left? So that gives me 12, and I have 3 left. I must separate as I squared and then I to the 4th are equal to 1, so I'm not going to worry about them. I to the 2nd power is equal to -1, and the I just comes down. So therefore, this is equal to -1i or just -I. Letter B, I to the 9. How many I to the 4th do I have in there? 2, 1, 2, that gives me 8. How many do I have left? 1. I to the 4th, I'm not going to worry about them because that's just 1 times 1. And I have a I left. That'll be my answer. I to the 26. How many I to the 4th do I have in there? I have 6. I'm not going to worry about them because they're just 1s. So how many are left? We have 2. 6 times 4 is 24, and 2 more are 26. I to the 2nd power is equal to -1. Therefore, that's my answer. Notice that there were no i's by themselves, so I should not have an I on that as part of my answer. In this case, I had 2 i's and 1 more, so the I came down, and that was part of my answer. In this case, I only have 1 I by itself, and that was my answer. In this case, I don't have an I, so there should not be an I on your answer. Letter B. How many i's to the 4th do I have in there? 4. How many are left? None. So therefore my answer is just 1. Because each I to the 4th is 1. So 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 gives you 1.